Okay. Hi, my name is Milaya and I go to Winter Springs High School, and I'm a sophomore.
Okay, so you're on the dance team. Can you tell us about your experience on the dance team?
The dance team, this is my second year being on it, and it's really fun. Like, I really encourage it for a lot of people. It definitely builds sisterhood, because, like, especially this year, we're a really small team, and so we're very close. Unlike last year, like, everybody was close last year, but I feel like this year it's definitely a lot more togetherness, and the pep rallies are really fun.
No, you're also, well, you're not IB yet, but you're IB candidate. So how has school been different for you compared to a regular IB student? Or not a regular IB student, but a regular student?
I would definitely say the workload. Like, for example, I would be on the phone with my boyfriend, and he's like, oh, I have no homework today. And I would be like, oh, well, I have this, and this to do. And I just feel like it's a lot more work, and I get to think more. Think more critically.
Would you say it's more independent work where you're teaching yourself, or it's more like just assignments upon assignments upon assignment?
I would say it depends on the class. I would say for Mr. Kearns' class, it's more independent work, and you have to kind of teach yourself, and then he'll go over it and do lectures and do activities after you learn it. But with Mrs. Doherty's class, she teaches it, and then she gives us like assignments on top of assignments on top of assignments to drill what she taught us.
Okay, you turned 16 soon. Can you tell us what we should expect?
16? When I turned 16, the only thing is that I waited really long to get my permit because I got in trouble. We're not gonna have that. But, and so I have to wait till December to get my license. But I mean, now that I'm going to be able to actually get my license, I mean, that would be pretty cool.
Do you think you've had a normal high school teenage experience so far?
I would say so far I have. You have homecoming, prom, football games. I feel like I've had all of it, even with being an IB student. Like, I think I still found time to do the things that I like, rather than just being one of those kids who just, school is their only importance. Maybe not school, but like homework and actually stuff. Because I feel like high school, you should be out there exploring stuff because you're about to become an adult and see what you really like to further use in the future.
What is your zodiac sign, and do you believe in astrology?
My zodiac sign is an Aquarius. I was born February 13th, and I wouldn't say I don't believe, but at the same time, I won't say I believe. Like, I will read them for fun, but I'm not necessarily like, oh my gosh, this is true, this is gonna happen to me.
Yeah. Do you find yourself relating to some of the qualities of an Aquarius?
Oh yeah. Aquarius, we like everything to be about ourselves, and I know that sounds really bad, but I can be really stuck up sometimes. And like, I even took this thing on Snapchat where it was like, who you date in 2020, and it got Taurus, and it just happens that my boyfriend's a Taurus, and I was like, oh, okay. So I would say, like, I play around with them, kind of do it for fun.
What's on your playlist? What are you listening to right now?
Well, I did go through a Boys to Men phase a couple of weeks ago.
We know you went through, I think literally the last time I interviewed you, you were going through your Boys to Men phase.
Yes, I was going through a Boys to Men phase. Right now, I'm going through like this love phase. I'm listening to Love by Keisha Cole. When I See You by Fantasia, like those type of songs. Like, life's been good, so like those songs have been like making me happy.
What inspires you?
I would say maybe not what, but my mom as a person, she definitely inspires me because when I was growing up, I was raised as the only child, and she was a single mom, and she showed me that like you don't have to be dependent on people in order to get what you want and do what you want to do. Like, you can go out there and do and get what you want by believing in yourself and having confidence in yourself.
What's the most important lesson you think your mother's taught you so far?
There's a lot of those. Hold on. Let me think. I'd say probably just being true to myself and trying new things. My mom's always like pushing me to try this and this and this. Like, even if I say, oh, I'm scared, she still wants me to go out there and do it. So I would say being myself, because she's truly herself. Like, she's not afraid. She's not going to change herself to be someone she's not for other people. And I
do you have any musicians, artists, anyone you're following that speaks to you, kind of like?
Um, Not like when I'm happy, but when I'm sad, I like listen to Jessie Reyes. I can literally just like, that's how all my friends, well, my best friend and my boyfriend, that's how they know I'm upset, because I would like play her song Figures, especially.
That song hits.
That, like, I don't know how many times I've cried to that song in the past. And I would say that artist, like, she truly, like, when I'm like upset, she truly like speaks to me.
What do you think about the cold weather?
I hate it. I'm a Florida girl, okay? I don't want to be cold. I'm wearing bubble jackets and all this stuff. I want to be wearing like jeans and like a cute top and sandals.
What do you think the future holds for you? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I definitely see myself successful, but it's just kind of weird to see myself and like think of myself in the future, because like today I was talking to my teacher about my classes, and it's crazy that I'm going to be a senior. It's that place. What was the question? Oh yeah, where
do you see yourself?
It's like crazy to like even think about that, but I definitely see myself hopefully being successful and like well educated, and hopefully doing something that I like and will pursue in the future as a career.
And where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Do you see yourself married?
I would say married.
So you'll be 25 in 10 years.
Yeah, I would say married, probably pregnant. I don't want to wait to be old to get pregnant and have kids and then have all these problems and stuff like that. So
when people think Milaya, what do you want them to think? Oh shoot.
We're gonna have to finish this.
We'll finish this another time.
Yeah.
What are 3 words you would use to describe yourself?
3 words I use to describe myself. I would definitely say outgoing. Because I'm like very like bubbly and always trying to encourage others. I would say that. I would definitely say. I know what I want to say. I'm just trying to think of one word to like put it in, you know. Because I'm very like animated, I guess I would say. And lastly, I would say loving. I'm always like trying to help somebody out. I'm always trying to like give people stuff, you know. I'm always trying to be there for people. So I would say loving, animated, and outgoing.
Loving, animated, and outgoing. And I feel like that like does perfectly sort of describe you. No, you did answer the what do you see yourself in 5 years from now and 10 years from now. But do you, like, what do you want to do with your life? Like, what career do you want to go into?
I don't know, like, specifically, like, what I want to do, but I do want to go into the business field and do something with marketing and managing.
Okay.
For sure.
Do you have any business ideas? You know, any, like, would you want to start a small business or anything?
I'm not really sure what I want to do. I mean, right now, I'm kind of just, like, a lot of people have been, like, reaching out to me, like, oh, can you wear our shirts and then just take a picture and post it on your Instagram? So right now, I'm kind of, like, doing that stuff. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do.
Ooh, Milaya finna be an influencer.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
You gonna be an influencer, you know, when you blow up, remember me. Okay, so you have one person to choose to stay on a deserted island. Who would you choose?
I know everybody's probably like choosing a friend, but I would have to say my mom. Because I just can't imagine being on a deserted island with anyone else besides my mom.
I mean, hey, like, literally, when I asked this to the last, like, person I interviewed, like, the most recent interview that I did, they literally said, like, a rock star, and then they would just sit there and ask them questions about their life and music and stuff, so it's whoever you want.
Really?
I think mom's a good choice.
Yeah.
You seem to just have like the best like relationship with your mom. Like she's like your best friend or something.
Yeah, we're really close. I'd say that for sure.
How would you describe your style?
Oh. I don't know. My style is like all over the place. Probably like really fun. I want to say stylish, but I mean that's kind of what a style is. But yeah, I say quirky, fun, very girly. I would say. Yeah, that's just what I'm gonna leave it at. I don't know how to describe my style.
And since the last time that we've talked, so briefly in it, we mentioned that, we're in IB, but you're actually no longer in IB. So do you think that it was the best choice for you? And, like, would you encourage it?
For me personally, I think it was a good choice because I liked IB. Don't get me wrong, I liked IB. But I never really connected with, like, a lot of the people in IB, and I think that's kind of a sign. But besides the connection with friends, dual enrollment, it just gave me an easier way to balance my schedule and at the same time giving me more free time rather than just always being in the books. So now I have time to focus on dance and step team and other clubs that I'm in. And I feel like IB, even though it had little time for that, it was kind of restricting it a little bit.
Yeah, especially because, you're given a certain curriculum and that's the curriculum you have to follow. But for dual enrollment that you're doing, you pick the classes that you're doing through dual enrollment.
Mhm.
And could you tell me a little bit about your experience through dual enrollment, like what it's like being in classes with college students, and how it may be weird or different?
Personally, I like hold on, I should know what I was gonna say. Personally, I like being in dual enrollment online. Because, like, being on dual enrollment online, because then I don't have to go on campus, that's one. And two, I can open my laptop at any time and do my assignment at any time, rather than going to Seminole State, sitting down, listening through a lecture, or I can just do it myself. And I like that.
You don't have any lectures? You just have, like, all work classes?
We have, like, she writes out the lectures, so it's written lectures.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's different.
So
the classes that I'm taking for the, what's it called? So for the classes that I'm taking, I have all 3 of my classes do lectures and do video calls.
Ooh.
I have one that goes from 6 to 9.
I can't do that. I like being able to just read it and then moving on.
And do you have like a dream college like that you like want to go to?
Howard University.
I put that on my top 3 when they so the program that I'm in for like scholarship or whatever, they asked me my top 3 colleges and I was like, and Howard was like my 3rd one. Because I was like, I want to at least apply to one HBCU.
Mine is definitely Howard University. Ever since I started, like, learning about it, like, once, like, we start learning about more colleges as we grow up, I just always wanted to go there.
And do you think, like, I know that's an HBCU, but do you think that if you had to go to, like, or not if you had to go to, but would you prefer to go to an HBCU over PWI?
Yeah, I think just because for the experience,
It's like your community.
Yeah, within my community, I want the experience, so going there, I think, will give me that experience.
But the last question, it kind of goes into the 3 words you would use to describe yourself, but you can have a lengthier answer for this one. It's, when people think of Milaya, when people look back at you from high school or from a class that they had you in, what do you want them to think about you?
Good question. What do I want them to think about? I just hope everybody has positive things to say about me, and that I'm just one of those people who just gets my work done, and at the same time, I try to make like class fun. Like last year, Mr. Carnick, I rarely like history is my worst subject, but yeah, I got a 4 in my exam, and that's because I made jokes in that class, and the jokes helped me to remember the information. So I kind of just try to, like, especially in my history class, I try to make my history class fun for myself personally, because I never really remember the history unless I make it like a joke or like something I'm going to remember later. So that's what I would say. So I just hope people like look at me like as a person who just gets my work done and just is always trying to make the class fun.
And I think that's a good way to describe you. I think that you're definitely one of those people that you're able to talk and get work done at the same time. And it's so, like, for me, sometimes I can't do that. So seeing you, like, do that, I'm like, where is she getting this from?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you so much once again for doing this. This is absolute last minute. Like, literally the video is going to go up at 3. But thank you so, so much for being a part of this. And you were literally the first person that I interviewed. So you were kind of like a trial and error interview, which, like, is probably the your interview is probably, like, your interview, I'm gonna be honest, is probably one of the like, most shoddy camera angles. Like, really, we were
good.
so awkward, I feel.
It's all good.
Thank you so much, though.
Of course.